Premanandi Hari Bol. Shrimadbhagavatam ki. All gracious devotees. All gracious devotees. All gracious devotees. All gracious Guru and Varanga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Narayanam Namaskritya. Nam Chaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Tado Jai Mudiret. Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu. Nityam Bhagavat Sevya. Bhagavati Uttama Sloke. Bhaktir Bhavati Naisigi. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Devaki Nandanaya Cha. Nanda Gopakumaraya. Govindaya Namo Namah. Govindaya Namo Namah. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Which was
18, 19, 18, 19.
we're reading from Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, text 18 and 19. Two verses. 18 doesn't have purport. Uddhava Satyakis Chaiva Uddhava Satyakis Chaiva Vyajane Paramadbhute Vyajane Paramadbhute Vikirnyamanaha Kusmai Vikiryamana Kusmai Reje Madhupati Pati Reje Madhupati Pati.
Uddhava Satyakis Chaiva Vyajane
Paramadbhute
Vikiryamana
Kusmai
Reje Madhupati
Pati.
Uddhava Satyakishchaiva.
Vyajane Paramadbhute Vikiryamana Kusmai Reje Madhupati Pati. Uddhava Satyakishchaiva Vyajane Paramadbhute Vikiryamana Kusmai
Reje Madhupati Pati.
Word by word, Uddhave, a cousin brother of Krishna's, Satyaki, his driver, Cha, and Eva, certainly, Vyajane, engage in fanning, Parama Adbhute, decorative, Vikiryamanaha, seated on scattered, Kusumai, flowers all around, Reje, commanded, Madhupati, the master of Madhu Krishna, Pati, on the road. Translation by His Divine Grace. Uddhava and Satyaki began to fan the Lord with decorated fans, and the Lord, as the master of Madhu, seated on scattered flowers, commanded them along the road. Let's repeat. Uddhava and Satyaki began to fan the Lord with decorated fans, and the Lord, as the master of Madhu, seated on scattered flowers, commanded
abandoned
them along the road.
them along the road.
Text number 19. Ashruya nata shisha
Ashruyan sisa satyas.
Ashruya nata sisha satyas
Ashruyan
Shisha satyas.
Tatra tatra dvijeritaha
Tatra vijerita.
Nanu rupascha
Nanurupascha.
Nanu rupanurupascha
Nanurupascha.
Nirgunyasya gunatmanaha
Nirgunasya gunatmana.
Nirgunyasya gunatmanaha
Nirgunasya gunatmana.
Ashruyanta shisha satyas.
Ashruyantas satyas
Tatra dvijaritaha.
Tatra tatra dvijeritaha
Nanurupascha.
Nanurupanurupascha
Nirgunasya gunatmanaha.
Nirgunasya gunatmanaha
Ashruyan sisa satyas.
Satyas.
Tatra vijerita.
Tatra dvijaritaha.
Nanurupascha.
Nanurupascha.
Nirgunasya gunatmana.
Nirgunasya gunatmanaha.
Ashruyan sisa satyas. Tatra vijerita. Nanurupascha. Nirgunasya gunatmana.
Word by word. Ashruyanta, being heard.
Being heard.
Ashisha,
Shisha.
benediction.
Benediction.
Satya,
Satya.
all truth.
All truth.
Tatra,
Tatra.
here.
Here.
Tatra,
Tatra
there. Dvija iditaha,
Vijaritaha.
sounded by learned brahmanas.
Sounded by learned.
Na, not. Anurupa, befitting.
Befitting.
Anurupa, fitting.
Fitting.
Cha,
Cha.
also.
Also.
Nirgunasya,
Nirgunasya.
of the absolute. Guna Atmanaha,
Gunatmanaha.
playing the role of a human being. Translation provided by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Shrimadbhagavatam ki.
Jai.
It was being heard here and there that the benedictions being paid to Krishna were neither befitting nor unbefitting, because they were all for the Absolute, who was now playing the part of a human being. Purport. At place there were sounds of Vedic benedictions aiming at the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. The benedictions were fitting in the sense that the Lord was playing the part of a human being, as if a cousin of Maharaj Yudhishthira, but they were also unfitting because the Lord is absolute and has nothing to do with any kind of material relatives. He is nirguna, or there are no material qualities in him, but he is full of transcendental qualities. In the transcendental world, there is nothing contradictory, whereas in the relative world, everything has its opposite. In the relative world, white is the opposite conception of black, but in the transcendental world, there is no distinction between white and black. Therefore, the sound of benediction uttered by the learned Brahmanas here and there appeared to be contradictory in relation with the absolute person. For when they are applied to the absolute person, they lose all contradiction and become transcendental. One example may clear this idea. Lord Krishna is sometimes described as a thief. He is very famous among his pure devotees as the Makhan Chor. He used to steal butter from the houses of neighbors at Vrindavana in his early age. Since then, he is famous as a thief. But in spite of his being famous as a thief, he is worshipped as a thief. Whereas in the mundane world, a thief is punished and is never praised. Since he is the absolute personality of Godhead, everything is applicable to him, and still, in spite of all contradiction, he is a supreme personality of Godhead. Let's repeat the translation. It was being heard here and there
It was being heard here and there
that the benediction being paid to Krishna
that the benedictions being paid to Krishna
were neither befitting nor unbefitting,
were neither befitting or unbefitting,
because
because
they were all for the Absolute,
they were all for the Absolute,
who was now playing the part of a human being.
who is now playing the part of a human being.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Giranjana Salakaya Chakshuruniltamena Tasmai Shri Namah Shri Chaitanya Manabhistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandhikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sarjatam Sagnaragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sagnalita Shri Vishakha Vidamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namasri Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kalpatarvasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah Anant Koti Vishnu Ki Jai. This verse, reading from, first of all, please, Nitya Krishna Prabhu, bless me. By order I'm here. So, please empower me so I can speak the words, glorify Krishna and his devotees. And by association of Shrimadbhagavatam, my heart get purified from all the anarthas. Please bless me. So here, this verse is beautiful. Krishna is the living Dwarika. And the scene is Uddhava and Satyaki begin to fan the Lord. The Lord is sitting on the chariot. One side is Uddhava, one side is Satyaki, defending the Lord. So beautiful. And the Lord has said, let's go. Chalu karo. And Brahmanas were offering the prayers. And here it says, this translation, it was being heard here and there that the benedictions being paid to Krishna were neither befitting nor unbefitting, because they were all for Absolute, who is now playing the part of a human being. Krishna here is a cousin brother of Pandava, nephew of Kunti, uncle of Uttara. So all these are assembled to say they were in tears because Krishna was leaving them. They were in separation. And here is very important thing that it says absolute. So even though he was acting as a human role, but he is not a human. Who is Krishna? Is a supreme personality Godhead. So all absolute. And Krishna is beyond material worlds. Krishna doesn't come into karmic reactions. Because everybody in the world here is coming to karma. But Krishna is beyond karma. Krishna is beyond these material worlds. Right? So that's why it's absolute. Srila Prabhupada explained in the purport that even though if we steal the butter, we worship him as a makhan chor. And it's a sweet pastimes. And we celebrate in the month of Kartik. The Krishna is stealing butter, his mother is binding him, and we celebrate. It's a festival all over the world. It's very bewildering. So some Kunti says, Krishna, the fear personified is fear of you, and you are fear of your mother. Shri Radha Kunj Bihar ki jai, Jagannath ji, Bhagwan Subhadra mein Baldev ji, jai, Lakshmi Narasimha ki jai, Tulsi Saligram ki jai, Srinath ji, Bhagwan Nandamani Babu ki jai, Balkrishna Lal ki jai, Gaurnita ki jai. So here, Krishna is absolute. So in the first verse of Shrimadbhagavatam, what it says, Satyam Param Dhimai is the all absolute truth. No one is beyond Krishna. Ishvara Param Krishna Sat Chitanand Vigraha. Right? Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Is the source of all the potencies. Is the source of all the manifestations. Is the source of all the incarnations. But still, he comes and he appears to look like a human being. Isn't it bewildering? And most of the people don't recognize him. Even though he's showing all his opulences since childhood, when he was born, he's killing Putana. Then he's Sakatasura, killing Sakatasura. Then Trinavarta. Then so many demons comes. Agasur, Bakasur, Dhenukasur, Saktasur, like so many demons. And then also Kansa. And still people think he's not ordinary person. He's unbelievable. And he lived the golden hill also. For 7 days, when he was just 7 years old. So this is the Maya. Even though when Krishna comes, we don't recognize him. Krishna is telling Shrimad Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, 700 verses. We celebrated Bhagavad Gita Jayanti last week. And he says so many times, I'm the Lord. I'm the Creator. Everything is coming from me. I'm Sarvasya Prabhu. I'm Bhaktaram. I'm Megatapasam, like Sarvaloka Suridam Sarvabhutam. I'm in the heart of everybody. And then he shows universal form. He shows the Chatur Narayan form. And he shows the two-handed form, most beautiful form, which is very hard to see. And still, Sanjay is telling everything to Dhritarashtra. And still Dhritarashtra is not getting, he's the Lord. Amazing. Amazing. Even though if we know Krishna is a God, we know Shrimad Bhagavatam is Krishna, we know Harinam is Krishna, but still I'm not able to connect the way I'm supposed to connect. If I know Krishna is here, what should I do? Right? What should we do? So if I know Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Krishna is there in his name because he's absolute. In absolute world, there's no difference between Krishna and Krishna's name. In the material world, it's all relative. Our body is different than we are. Our Atma is different body. So our name is different than who we are. So there's a Krishna's supremacy and there's a Maya, how Maya bewilders. But I want to speak a little bit about today, 10 minutes about my Guru also. My Guru's Vyas Puja is today, 75th birthday.
Today is actual day?
Actually today. Yeah.
Tithi.
Tithi is done, today is actual birthday.
7th? No?
7 December.
Oh, today is 7th?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 7th.
Yeah, there are 15,000 people, devotees are in Govardhan village, I believe, today, celebrating. And tomorrow is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Disappearance Day. So we try to cover both in few minutes. We have only few minutes. So it says that in the verse here, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, I just pulled out. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Very important. This knowledge is not ordinary knowledge. Spiritual knowledge, we need spiritual guru. Only they can impart the knowledge. Why? Because they have seen the truth. They have realized the truth. They are self-realized, right? So, only they can impart the truth because they have seen the truth. And how we can achieve? Through parampara. So if you see Krishna, when Brahma was born, Krishna imparted the knowledge to Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavai, to Brahma. And from Brahma to Narad Muni. Narad Muni to Vyasdev. Vyasdev to Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami to King Parikshit. And when King Parikshit was listening, Sudha Goswami was there. And Sudha Goswami imparted the same knowledge to Rishis, Nemishwana Rishis. So now if you see the whole parampara, and then if you go down, comes Madhavacharya. Madhavacharya is our main acharya of these all. There are 4 sampradaya. Madhavacharya is the main prominent acharya for Brahma Madhva sampradaya, Gaudiya sampradaya. And then comes down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then comes down to 6 Goswami. And then comes down to Jagannath Das Babaji. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then Gaur Kishore Baba Maharaj. Then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And then Srila Prabhupada. And then our Guru. So we get the knowledge through parampara. That is what it says Bhagavad Gita. We receive the knowledge in parampara. We cannot receive this knowledge without parampara. If we receive this knowledge somewhere else, we may get lost. Because that knowledge is not bona fide. These 4 sampradayas are bona fide. Shri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya. So, and also we recite this verse in the morning. First thing we do. Sansara dava nalidita loka tronaya karunya vinaganatum prapta sakhalya punanavasya vande guroshi charanaravindam yasya prasada bhagavad prasada yasya prasada nagadi kutopi. Yes? So we receive the mercy through Guru. Guru gives the benediction of Krishna, and by his mercy we can perform bhakti. Whatever we do in bhakti is not our bal. It is a bal of Guru bal. And who is the supreme Guru? Balram. This is Balram. He gives us strength, spiritual strength. So we get the strength from Guru. Right? And even though sitting in Vyasdev, we are representing Vyasdev. But we are not qualified to sit on the Vyasdev. We cannot talk anything other than what Vyasdev has repeated, what Guru has repeated. So only here, when we sit, we get the full mercy of Guru and we repeat these words. Right? So Guru says, Brahmande Brahmite hoy kon bhagyavan jeev Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. So we get the bhakti seed, the seed of devotion in our heart through only Guru. Guru, what Guru does? Om ajnanat mirandasya gyananjana salakaya chakshur enmilitamino tasmai shri Guru namo. We are in ignorance. We are born with the darkness, in the darkness of ignorance. And with what Guru does? He removes our ignorance by knowledge, by torch of knowledge. And then we understand, who am I? What is with Krishna? Krishna is absolute. I'm in the relative world. Should I be here? No. What should I do? I should plan to go out of this world. How? Engage in devotional service. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Right? 3 things Veda's teaching. So, going back to tomorrow as Bhakti Siddhanta, so Srila Prabhupada's friend Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj first time came to Calcutta, and there was a discourse on spiritual topics, and Srila Prabhupada's friend says, Abhay, his name was Abhay that time, Abhay, let's go and see Swami. And Abhay said, I'm not interested. I've seen so many Babajis and So he said, no, he's genuine, let's go. And they goes there. And Srila Prabhupada was 30 years old at the time. He was a follower of Gandhi. And after listening to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he was very inspired. And when he was about to leave, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, you look very young and very knowledgeable. Take the message of Mahaprabhu to Western countries. Western world is full of impersonalism, nirvishesa, and voidism, sunyavadi. Preach this message all over the world in English. That time, the Bhakti Lata Bij was inserted into the heart of Srila Prabhupada. Again, Srila Prabhupada is not ordinary. These are Nitya Mukta. We are Nitya Baddha. So all our Guru, all our Acharyas are Nitya Mukta, 6 Goswamis. We should never compare them like us. But this is all to rescue us from this ocean of material world. Material, right? And then at that time, Srila Prabhupada started this, he took his in mind that I will, and that's how the Srila Prabhupada came to West. That's why he said, Namo Vishnu, Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani, Pracharine, Nirvishesa, Sunyavadi, Pashyata Destana. Pashyat means Western country. Pracharini means giving the preaching. Nirvishesa, Sunyavadi, impersonalism, voidism, all over the world. So he took this message, and we say this verse every day morning. You know. Now going back to Radhanath Maharaj. When Radhanath Maharaj was 19 years old, him and his two friends, Frank and Gary, he was born in Chicago. So 3 friends, Frank said, I'll buy a ticket for you both. Let's go to Europe for fun. And they all went. Now Gary, Frank, and Maharaj, Richard, his name was Richard. So Richard, 3 young boys, teenager. Now they flew from Chicago to Iceland. And first day, they lived in a tent on the field. And next day morning when they woke up, Frank was very stressed out. And Richard, Radhanath Maharaj and Gary said, what happened? They were very happy, excited, away from home, away full freedom in the new country. Let's explore the new world. Never been before, living in Chicago. So they were very excited. Frank was very scared. He said that somebody stole my wallet. I lost all my money. Only thing we left is our tickets. This place is not good. Let's go back. Gary and Richard, they looked and said, no, we are staying here. Frank said, I'm going back. Frank left. Gary and Richard, Radhanath Maharaj left. Now they hitchhiked from there to UK to Greece. It took them 3 months to get to Greece. One day in Greece, they were sitting in the caves. Greece, there are a lot of mountain caves. In the evening, Gary came to Richard and said, I heard today 3 words in my heart. Richard said, I also heard 3 words. So, Richard asked, what did you hear? He said, go to Israel. Gary said. Then Richard said, what? Go to Israel. And then Gary said, what did you hear? Richard said, my heart said, go to India. This is India. Europe is okay, we can be safe, but India, we are looking at suicidal thoughts. It's dangerous to go there. We don't have money. How are we gonna go there? Richard said, I decided in my mind, I want to find the truth, the spiritual truth. I'll go to India only. And next day, they departed different direction. Gary went to Israel. Richard on the way to hitchhike to India. So he went to from Greece to Turkey, Istanbul to Iran, Iran to Afghanistan, Afghanistan to Pakistan, and Pakistan to India. It took him 3 months. And this journey was not very good. It was dangerous. You can read the journey home. There are so many stories are so scary. And he married to Pakistan. And then he comes to Pakistan, gave one-way visa. The two enemy countries, Pakistan and India. And there's no man land between the two countries. 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers. And he walked all the way to India, border of India. And one lady was there, officer, and Richard shows his passport, and she looked at him and she says, do you know, and Richard was thinking, I hope she wanna ask me one question. And she asked question, how much money do you have? Richard pulled his bag, looked all the things, he found 26 cents. And that 26 cents from all different countries. Not even from one country. And he said 26 cents. She was mad. She slammed his passport and said that we don't want more beggars. Sit down. You will not get, you go back, you will not get visa to India. Richard Radhanath Maharaj was crying. He said, I don't have anywhere to go back. I came all the way from USA, hitchhiking last 3 months. It took me here. Please give me visa. He was crying. She was heartless. She said no. And then finally she asked one officer, the guy, the military guy, said, take him away. And they're showing him his gun. They put the gun at him and say, don't come, just leave. Richard sat down under the tree, crying. And finally, the shift changed. And one Sardarji, Sikh, they wear turban, the tall guys, they're tall. He came, and Richard thought that let me ask him. Then he goes back to him and say, please give me visa. He said, no, my officer ordered me not to give you visa, and you're a very annoying person. You should go. And Maharaj started crying. Tears from his eyes. He said, I came to know India. I want to learn from the saint, the spiritual path. India is full of spiritual people. I want to learn spiritualism from India. And someday, I'll do something good for India. Please, allow me. And officer looked at him. Tears in his eyes. He gazed him for a long time and finally said, sometimes one should listen to his own heart rather than mine. And he stamped the passport and he said, he put his hand on the Richard. He said, my dear son, welcome back to India. So that's how he came to India. And see what he's doing right now in India. What Srila Prabhupada has done in Western country, he did in India. So many Goshala or Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Eco Village, Golden Eco Village, a midday meal program. And so many projects he's supporting, so many people he's bringing to Krishna. All these Maharaj Gurus are not ordinary. Right? Srila Prabhupada when he was here, and when he was getting all this young boy as a disciple, and they were listening to him like just like here, and he said that my Guru Maharaj Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj Swami has sent you here to help me. So all these Guru we have in ISKCONs are not ordinary. They are planned by Acharyas. They're not ordinary. And look at their capacity. Each one Maharaj does so much. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, so much. 18 temple or how many temple? So many temple in one Delhi, one city. We are just struggling to maintain one temple. And big temple. This temple, huge temples. Kurukshetra, Delhi, all over the world. If you see the huge temple, they are not ordinary. Each of them. Who is Mayapur, Jayapataka Maharaj. So many disciples. What they want, they suffer in their health. They take all the karma of ours and they have to suffer. And if some disciple not following the rule, they get the punishment. That's how the book Veda says. They take the karma and they suffer if you misbehave. So they do so much for us. But their capacity is so high, we cannot even handle one person. They're handling thousands and thousands and thousands. And still they are standing and giving class and walking, going around the world. Unbelievable. We have our mind cannot understand what capacity they have. Only they can do. They are empowered souls. Again back to Radhanand Maharaj. One day Radhanand Maharaj was sitting in the Ganga and only his musical instrument, harmonica, he was attached to the harmonica, and he said that I'm attached to this small instrument, let me throw it in Ganga. And he just threw it in Ganga and now he has no attachment to anything. He was alone and Ganga, he heard the mantra, Om. First time he heard the mantra, Om. And next, after a few days, he heard the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, from Ganga. He didn't know what this mantra is about that time. But he knew when time will reveal to me this mantra, meaning of this mantra. And so he was initiated also through Ganga also. And then one day he was plan to go to Himalaya in local train in India. And train is so much congested by people. And he was pushed out to Mathura. And he didn't know what Mathura is. He was supposed to go to Himalaya. Right? Relax. And when he came down with Mathura, that was day of Janmashtami. And he had no idea. But see the plan of Krishna. He was in Mathura. He was going to Himalaya, but he happened to be in Mathura on the day of Janmashtami, where Krishna was born. Krishna appeared. Mathura is one of the Dhama. Dwarka, Mathura, Goloka. So this again is not coincidence. It's all Acharya and Krishna's plan. Right? And then one more, like when then he came to Mumbai. And Mumbai, that time was called Bombay. And Prabhupada came, and there was a huge pandal. Big pandal was there. A lot of devotees came, around 20 to 30,000 devotees. 20 to 30,000 people. Not all the devotees. Some people, devotees, people. And that time, Richard Radhanath Maharaj was doing some Buddhist meditation. And next day he woke up and he was walking on the street, he saw big bulletin board, Krishna Katha, discourse of Krishna Katha, with Western devotees picture and Srila Prabhupada picture. And so what is happening here? So he went there. Giriraj Prabhu was there and many Yamuna Devi Mataji, she was there. She was doing kirtan, he heard the kirtan. So morning Srila Prabhupada gave lecture in Hindi, afternoon kirtan, prasadam, and in the evening English. And anyway, I'll cut the story. He was reading a book and listening to the kirtan. And somebody came and snatched a book and said that you've been reading the book for a long time. Let's do some service. In ISKCON, we have a lot of service. We find somebody, we just put them to service. And that's how they get the mercy. And I think Giriraj Prabhu was there on the table and he said, people are stealing the Back to Godhead magazine. So I want you to, he handed over the small knife and said, poke some small hole in the plastic table cloth and put some rope and tie the rope and make sure that nobody steals the Back to God magazine. Back to Godhead magazine. So that was his service. And he did that. And then he said, Swamiji is here. Why should you just go and listen to the class? And there are 20,000, 25, 30,000 people, pandal is packed. In India, you know how it's packed. Not like here. It's really, really packed. And Richard Radhan Maharaj was standing on the back by the door. Behind was open field, way behind. And he could not see the stage properly. In his heart, he was desiring, I wish I could be a little bit closer to the stage and I can see this Swami and I can listen. And very few minutes later, Srila Prabhupada asked his disciple pointing him to grab somebody from the crowd. And the disciple came, he walked through all the 30,000, 20,000 people and came to Maharaj and say, Swamiji is calling you. And he grabbed his hand and then pulling him to the stage. And of course, you know how you push everybody. And he said, I didn't like it, but I was dragged by him, so it's good. That's what I wanted. He just pulled me in. And he sat very close to Swamiji, just like couple of few feet away. And he heard Srila Prabhupada. And after Srila Prabhupada finishes giving classes, he was about to leave. And he knew that anybody elder in India take his blessing. That's how he learned. He met so many Babaji, so many sadhu, so many saintly people. He met Monism, he met Buddhist, he met Jainism, he met Shiva's devotee, he met all different devotees. And they all awarded him to become their disciple. And he said no. He never wanted to take initiation from anyone before until this point. And now, even still, he's not getting initiated by Srila Prabhupada. First time he's listening from Srila Prabhupada and he got convinced that this is something nice. And when Srila Prabhupada was living, and like he learned from the India culture that you touch the feet and take blessing. Right? We touch the elders' feet. So he tried to touch the feet. He was about to touch the feet of Srila Prabhupada, and one disciple said, hey, go away. Nobody touches the feet of Srila Prabhupada. You are so scared. He said, what did I do wrong? And Srila Prabhupada said, he can touch my feet. And he touched his feet, took the dust from the lotus feet of Shrimadbhagavatam, and then looked at the person who shouted at him, and looked around. Then for a second, he looked at the person who shouted at him, and the other guy said, "This guy is right." So this is how he received the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. First meeting, and Srila Prabhupada said that come every day, morning and evening, and you come and sit on the stage. That's how he listened to the entire katha from Srila Prabhupada Mukha. That few days, every day, he was getting the mercy. Hindi he could not understand, but he said that he lacked the vibration from Srila Prabhupada. He was so powerful that he was not understanding, but he was still feeling empowered. That was the power of Srila Prabhupada. And then, of course, this is how he met Srila Prabhupada. Now one more thing I'll say, from my experience, this year was Yatra. It's only couple of minutes. This whole thing will keep on going on, but it's almost time is going up, but I'll just spend a couple more minutes. So this year was Yatra in Govardhan. And Govardhan, there was Yatra for 7 days. And again, 12 to 15,000 devotees came all over the world. I also went there. And it was on field. Big pandal, big huge pandal. And Maharaj was giving katha. It's unbelievable power. When Maharaj said, let's dance, everybody dances. Old, young, Mataji is old, young Mataji, even kids, they all were dancing under one pandal. Unbelievable. And chanting Hare Krishna Kirtan. What a vibration. And you can see the Govardhan Hill. In the lotus feet of Govardhan Hill, we're chanting Maha Mantra and dancing with devotees of 10,000 devotees from all over the world. And Maharaj is leading the Kirtan. Unbelievable. And Katha, amazing Katha. So the whole mood was going 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, like 7 days. 7 days over. And then we all departed to our own home, right? Somebody went back to their own home. And just after the last day, when everybody went back, and the next day, the devotees were wrapping up everything, the shower came, rain came, like torrents of rain. Torrents of rain came, and they said that, please hold, so we can just pack up everything. And no, they have packed everything, and then rain came. So disciples said, now this land was given by Brajvasi. Brajvasi said, Kana, Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill for 7 days to protect Brajvasis. And your Swamiji hold the Govardhan rain for 7 days, and now his rain is coming. And we video this. I video actually. The guy is telling the rain came, and it was so much rain, is a puddle of water on the ground. So the whole katha, no disturbance. Unbelievable. Now, last year, I went to Mayapur for Yatra. And Yatra, I happened to take an auto rickshaw. You know auto wala? And I was going to somewhere, maybe I think ATM or something, I don't remember right now. And the auto wala, I sat down, I was alone, my brother was with me. And I said, auto wala said, you here for Yatra? I said, yes. Is Radhanath Maharaj? Now he's a local person. He's not even devotee. Local auto wala. Mayapur Vasi. Again, he's Brajvasi. So I say, yeah. So he said, I said, do you know? Am I in Hindi? I said, आपको महाराज पता है? Radhanath Maharaj. He said, हाँ, उनको कौन नहीं पता है? सब लोग पहचानते हैं. Means everybody knows him. And then he said, महाराज का, in Hindi, he said, महाराज का एक दृष्टि हमें मिला, हमारा जीवन सफल हो जाए. one vision of Maharaj, if we get, our life is successful. That he gave me the shock of my life. I said, this auto wala has more realization than me. I'm seeing Maharaj every day for katha, dancing, and listening from him, but I'm not getting that same mood. Like I'm getting granted. And he said that, so we take granted. And he taught me the lesson that we should not, when we get Maharaj, we should take full benefit. Full benefit. If sannyasi comes, just hear from them. But they are self-realized. They know the truth. They have seen the truth. So when they come, take their association. Hear from them. Just listen and hear. And look at their eye, look at their... If they say one time to you, that's it. Our life is good. There's so many stories in Ekadasi comes. Anyway, now, one more thing, last thing I'll play. I want to tell about the Jagannath Puri, one more thing. I'll play 5 minutes of... Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm driving today's bike now. I have key with me. So...
He's harmless.
Okay. My Maharaj is glorifying Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and we listen to this, okay, from his voice. So I know I brought this thing.
100%.
Good.
Connected to Heaven's icon.
So I'll play this. It's only a very short video, but it's very powerful. Okay.
Everything is dependent on the will of Krishna. We just surrender to Krishna. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur accepted Gaur Kishore Das Babaji as his guru and praised him, and worshipped him with all and totally humbled his life before him. But this one little verse that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati has spoken in his instructions. Preach the teachings of Rup Raghunath with all your energy and resources. By understanding it properly, it means whatever we have and whatever anybody else has, used in the service of the Lord, we appreciate it. Srila Saraswati Thakur says, our ultimate goal is to become the dust at the feet of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. Next he says, you should all work conjointly under the spiritual master with the view to serve at the absolute knowledge, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To all work conjointly. This was one of our own Guru Maharaj, our Srila Prabhupada's last instructions also in 1977. He said, you can show your love for me by how you cooperate together in fulfilling this mission. He continues on and says, these are his final instructions. You should somehow, these words are very, very powerful. You should somehow live without quarrel. Should I repeat that? You should somehow live without quarrel. And how do we do that? By putting Krishna in the center. Srila Saraswati Thakur tells us, do not give up your service in spite of all danger, all criticism, or all discomforts. Because they will come. It's not that we think that because I'm serving Krishna, everything's going to go my way. everyone's going to love me. And everyone's going to praise me.